This video provides important information about ESS and how you can get involved. Under the Emergency Program Act, municipalities, First Nations communities, and regional districts are responsible for responding to emergencies in their areas. This includes ESS volunteers providing emergency support services. ESS is a locally coordinated emergency response program. ESS assists by providing access to critically needed support, such as temporary accommodation and meals. This support is provided for people impacted by an emergency or disaster who can't return home. These emergencies range from a single house fire to large-scale events such as flooding and wildfires. ESS is provincially funded by Emergency Management BC, or EMBC, and coordinated across the province of British Columbia. ESS is an important part of emergency management in British Columbia and for individuals recovering from emergencies and disasters. The goal of ESS is to help people begin to re-establish themselves as quickly as possible after a disaster. British Columbians forced from their homes by fire, floods, earthquakes, or other emergencies may receive emergency support services for up to 72 hours or longer if a major event happens where a state of local emergency is declared and temporary relocation of evacuees is required. Reception centers are set up to receive evacuees, so ESS responders can meet with them, register them, and provide referrals for some of the basic needs they require. Reception centers are often located in community or recreation centers, churches, or schools. During emergencies, homeowners or renters may be able to access support for their basic needs through homeowner or tenant insurance. ESS is available to provide support for up to 72 hours. ESS volunteers assist by providing referrals for services which may include food, lodging, clothing, emotional support, information about the crisis, and family reunification. There may also be special services available such as child care or pet care. This depends on the size of the emergency and number of evacuees. People forced from their homes during an emergency may be directed to accommodations referred to as group lodging when commercial lodging is unavailable. Group lodging is a safe, welcoming place where care for large groups of people is provided to accommodate sleeping and eating. In some cases, specialized care is provided, such as multicultural support or health services. ESS group lodging volunteers assist with staffing and operating the mass care facility and providing support and referrals to services for evacuees. The ESS program relies on trained volunteers to meet the needs of people impacted by an emergency. Most communities have an ESS team that works with the local emergency program and local businesses to provide these resources during a crisis. Every year, about 5,000 British Columbians volunteer as ESS responders. Preparing for an emergency depends on the energy, creativity, commitment, and dedication of these volunteers. You may want to consider becoming an ESS volunteer if you enjoy helping people, if you have good communication skills, if you can provide cultural support, respond on short notice, work well as part of a team, if you're in good health, and if you like adventure. During large-scale emergencies, ESS volunteers from areas not affected by a disaster may get an opportunity to travel and assist people in other BC communities where an emergency occurs. Volunteering as an ESS responder provides an opportunity to help others during a time of crisis. ESS volunteers are trained by the Justice Institute of British Columbia and receive WorkSafe and liability insurance coverage through Emergency Management BC. Volunteers must undergo a criminal record check. Become an ESS volunteer in your community. Contact your local emergency program or Emergency Management BC. Thank you for watching. For more information about emergency preparedness, please contact your local emergency program or visit Prepared BC online.